All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of For the Republic. I'm your co-host, Lewis. That's KD. What's up, man? You good?
Hello,
How are you today,
how
my
are you?
friend?
How are you? Well, I am pretty tired right now, but can never skip an episode for our lovely faggot fans.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing and gay. So, well, yeah, we were talking off camera about before we got on about we just saw like what DeSantis said on Bill Maher show, and pretty much it was like
Yeah, I didn't know that he was on the show.
it's like how do people not how are people not seeing what we see? It's like, dude, this man's obviously bought and paid for and is not he doesn't sound like the same dude he was in 2021. He sounds more snobby, more like as if he like expects like he did like he's demanding he needs to be president. Like he's coming off like a fucking like the policy positions, he flip-flops on them and you don't really know where he is. But then they say like Vivek Ramaswamy has the know-it-all attitude. I don't see that. It's Ron obviously has the know-it-all attitude.
Yeah,
And then he says something like
Ron.
this.
Yeah, Ron was very different from 2021. Every time Ron talks, it's like he sounds like Biden when he's reading off a teleprompter. That's what he sounds like.
Sounds
It's so
fake.
boring and so yeah, exactly.
Sounds fake. It
And
sounds like he
what
doesn't.
really pisses me off, like I was watching the Bill Maher show when he was on. What really pisses me off is his smile. Like he's forcing his smile so
Yes.
much. It really
Yes.
annoys me.
Yes. And
It's
everyone's
like,
talking
dude,
about a lot of people
just
talk about that.
you might as well not smile.
Well, it's like the side.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
He
you might as well
smiles.
not smile at all.
Have you noticed that he smiles and then he just stops smiling out of nowhere? He's just like, and then, who does that?
Yeah,
Who does that? I don't understand how people do that. I don't.
him.
It's because it's fake. Because it's fake. That's what it is. He's fake. That's why he's able to
Then
do that because he's
just
laughing.
rubbing it on someone's shoulder.
Like he did that guy where he literally like wiped his snot on some dude's shoulder, or did he shake someone's hand with his like snotty hand?
Yeah, I think he
And
did.
then
Yeah,
some other guy
yeah.
saw it and was looking at him the whole time. Yeah, people see these things. Like normal people do see these things. Like you can definitely tell when somebody's faking a smile, faking a laugh, fake forcing a conversation they don't want to have. And he has all these moments.
Hmm.
That's the thing. He has all these moments and they keep happening. And his campaign staff doesn't do anything to fix it. Instead, what do? They just go out and attack Trump supporters and say they're a cult of personality. They're just in it because they don't care about the policy because we got the policy right. Yeah, but you really don't have the policy right because I don't know what your policies are.
The
I
only
can't
process they got is COVID.
exactly, and COVID's gone. COVID's gone. Nobody's buying the COVID.
And you notice when Bill Maher asked him a question about like with him and Trump, and then Ron was mentioning how the reason why that he can be elected is because look at what happened during COVID. Trump didn't do anything good during COVID. I did. I was the one that kept Florida open. I was the one that kept the economy open. And then that's when he also blasted Kerry Lake about that as well. Yeah, yeah. I what I liked about from Bill Maher was he asked the questions like, dude, you're 45 years old. You can do this when you're like 20 years later from now. Why you decided to go? Why decided to run for president now against Donald Trump?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Which is what a
yeah,
bunch of people have been saying. Like, why would you do it now? Which is like what people have been saying.
exactly.
You didn't really have to do this now. You really could have waited because I mean, Carrie Lake's not even a politician, an elected politician at all, and people are thinking she should be vice president. As stupid as it sounds,
Mm.
it's still there. Like there is traction, and he could run
Yeah,
for Senate. He could run for something. He could do something. He could be a cabinet officer. He could be. There's. It's not like he's going to be gone. That it's like that's not usually how it works. Um, no,
yeah.
what I hate, it's like I said this before, but this campaign has to be one of like the most worst run campaigns in modern like the last 20 years. It has to be because there's gaffe after gaffe, and people aren't calling it gaffes, but it's critique after critique, and they're all the same. It's one, Ron DeSantis seems to have no personality. Two, he seems to be older than what he actually is. He's 45, but he looks like he talks as if he's like he's 58. He sounds like he's 60 years old. I mean, he and Mike
He sounds like your generic typical grandfather.
he and Mike Pence sound like they're the same age. In fact, they dress the same age. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand why he's like Vivek exudes youth. RFK seems younger than Ron DeSantis, connects with younger people more than Ron DeSantis. And before conservatives say, "Oh yeah, but Ron DeSantis he connects with the young guys," you mean the incels? I mean that's not. I mean that's who he's attracting. I don't think he's attracting young people. He's not because he doesn't sound young. He says things like, "Oh geez," like he has like these sayings that he says like on the when he's on the debate stage. I'm like, why do you sound like you're 60 years old? You weren't born in the 50s. You just weren't. Like you're
I
not.
think you mentioned this in one of the episodes, but why do you think he decided to run in 2024? The do you think his people influenced him
I
to
think
run against?
yes, absolutely. That's what happened. I think one, his people. Two, his wife is extremely influential. I mean, she effectively runs his campaign. She is the marketer of the campaign. People who talk about this will say his wife has a major influence on how the campaign is run. His image, she literally controls his image. And he needs to like man up and tell her, hey, babe, you suck at this. I need to find someone professional. And there are people who I don't want them to help him because I'm obviously pro Trump. I'm not going to be unabashed. I'm not going to hide it. We are. But it's, dude,
Yeah.
you can't suck this bad. I don't want people to suck at this either. You know what I mean? Like I want Trump to win, but also like you can't be this horrible at your job. You just can't be. You can't be this bad at campaigning. You literally just won an election last year in 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 in
Hmm.
in, in Florida as a governor. Like how do you go from winning an election to literally being he's in there are new polls out today. He's literally in the 13s, 15s.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
need to get fired in that campaign. They need to get fired. And if he wants to really win, he needs to hire people. What is he doing now, though? He's just attacking Trump, who are the people he needs to win over. Because he will get the rhino vote. He will. Because at the end of the day, that's who he is. He knows how to speak to them. He knows how they are because he is one. He is a rhino. So, like he needs to grab the MAGA crowd and the undecided and the not really MAGA but don't like him and don't like the rest of the field who have Trump in the 60s constantly nationwide. Now that's nationwide. Iowa is a different thing. I don't know about Iowa. DeSantis is not going to win in New Hampshire or South Carolina. It's not going to happen because he's just
Well,
not going to have the track.
good luck to him getting the MAGA votes because we are
No, they're done with it.
literally.
And this is another thing where he literally says, when Real Mars says, "Oh yeah, Trump lost in 2022," and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah," as if that's like he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah," whatever you say. That's literally it. He's like, "Oh yeah, 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 uh-huh. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." He lost. Yeah, he lost. It's like you do realize what that is, right? When Trump, if Ron DeSantis ever, let's just say this in some hellscape, Trump can't be the nominee. Ron DeSantis is the nominee and he goes up against Biden or Newsom, this is what they're going to mention to him. They're going to say, hey, in 2022, in 2021, you were saying that the election had issues and you were campaigning with Kerry Lake. What happened between then and now? What happened? Is it that you got millions of dollars? And the one person who can make him look ridiculous on this is Gavin Newsom. It is. As much as you don't like them, as much as conservatives, because they do the same thing as liberals when they don't like somebody, they like to make them seem stupid. These people are in these positions for a reason. It's not because they're rich. It's not because they were bought and paid for. It's not because Californians vote, for anybody with a Democrat name next to them. It's because they know how to talk. That's why. They're not talented in any other thing. They're not intelligent in any other way. They're just intelligent in the ways of how to communicate with people. Gavin Newsom can talk to people, and he's better at that than Ron DeSantis. So Fox is going to have a debate. Is going to host a debate with
Yeah.
DeSantis, and
Yeah.
Sean Hannity is going to moderate it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can
I
tell
was
you
gonna
something
ask.
now. If we're both betters, we like to bet. If people watching this like to bet and they're also gamblers, I would say take the over on Gavin Newsom making more clear, eloquent points. Not that they're right, just that they're clearer and that people will like what he says. Take the over. Because Ron DeSantis does not know how to communicate. And he's not a good debater, by the way.
Yeah,
He's not a good debater.
yeah. Yeah, I was listening to Patrick and Carrie Lake joining Patrick's show, and yeah, they were talking about Newsom, and I think I asked you before, like I think you, I don't know if you'll agree with me on this one, but I think that when it comes to the popularity, Gavin Newsom can get it over Ron.
Duh.
But then I also mentioned policies that
Yeah,
Ron can
see,
get
this is
the
the thing
policy
though.
win over Newsom.
This is the thing, and you're getting at a point that nobody wants to talk about. The DeSantis people don't seem to understand. You can have the greatest product in the world, but if you can't sell it, if you can't sell it, you can't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can have
Right.
the greatest idea, you can have the greatest product, you can have, and you need financing. You just won't get it. This happens everywhere. It happens. It's not just politics. That happens in finance. It heck, there are private equity firms who don't invest in clients and prospects because because they can't sell it or because they don't like the person they're talking to because the person they're potentially investing in does not have that ability to communicate. That's why it literally happens. They may have an amazing product, they may have an amazing a service, but if they can't sell it, it won't matter. And Gavin Newsom can sell. Nobody likes what he's selling. Nobody likes what he's selling. But it doesn't matter.
So he has shitty products, but he knows how to sell it.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter what he's selling. All
Right,
right. Ron
right.
DeSantis, let's just say this. Ron DeSantis might be selling Mercedes and Gavin Newsom is selling sprint cars. Is selling the smart cars, the small smart cars, those tiny ass little smart cars.
Like the Fiat looking ones,
No,
or
they're even smaller than that. They're even smaller.
oh, oh, okay.
All right. Ron DeSantis is the Mercedes. Gavin Newsom is selling smart cars. Everybody would love to have a Mercedes, but Ron DeSantis can't sell you one because he doesn't know how to talk to you. And it feels fake. It feels forced. He gets frustrated. He gets flustered. We saw that in the debates. We saw the behind the scenes when he was training with Matt Gaetz. He gets flustered. He can't do it. And in debates, you see what happens.
Hmm.
He's like he just doesn't know how to communicate. The laugh, the
Hmm.
smile, the pretentiousness. Gavin Newsom, he has nice hair. He dresses up better. He dresses better. And appearances make the thing because when you're campaigning, that's retail campaigning. What do people say about Trump? Oh, he
Yeah.
dresses well. Oh, the big tie, the red tie, the suits. He does it everywhere. He's consistent. Gavin Newsom is going to say, oh, I have the nice gelled hair, the nice hair. I'm tall. I'm handsome. I'm from California. Everything's beautiful here. Look at the weather. Everybody's happy. Everyone's broke, but everyone's happy. That's what he's going to sell. He's going to sell it because he can sell his product. Ron DeSantis can't sell his product. He's going to say, it's great. That's enough. Because that's literally his message. His message is, why don't you like me? Look at Florida. It's awesome. You don't like me. Like, that's the message. That doesn't work. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't want
No,
to be
I agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my teacher telling me, "Why aren't you doing your work?" I don't want my teacher telling me why I'm not doing my work. That's literally Ron DeSantis. Gavin Newsom is that cool gym teacher who's like, "Oh yeah, do whatever the hell you want." You like him. You would like the guy. And when you're campaigning and you're talking to ordinary people who, they're normal working class people, and you go to the diners and you go to the fairs and you go to the protests and you go to the events and you're shaking hands and you're smiling and talking to people, who do you think is going to do a better job? Gavin Newsom or Ron DeSantis? And it should be obvious now. I don't give a damn if Florida's better. If you can't sell it, if you can't actually say it without saying, we did great, we did better in Florida because of policy 9907B. And policy 90, no one wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that.
No one knows what that is yet.
Nobody gives a shit about 1997 OB because you know what?
Yeah,
I just messed it up. You know why? Because I not even I can remember that because nobody cares about the policy number. What does
yeah,
Trump say
nobody.
about
Yeah,
what does Trump say? Trump never tells you the name of the policy. He just says no more ISIS. Not that not Trump saying, "Oh, we did the verses, we did the
build
act."
a wall.
It's look at the big beautiful wall. Big beautiful. It's big, it's beautiful, it's
Build a
a
wall.
wall.
Yeah.
Not Ron DeSantis saying, "We're going to make an act in Congress that's going to build a defensive barrier." A defensive barrier. Just call it a wall. You know, that's those are the examples. You have to be able to sell it, and Ron DeSantis just can't sell it. It's like in The Sopranos when people like know The Sopranos when Richie Aprile comes to Tony to Junior, and he talks about Richie Aprile wants to whack Tony, the leader of the Sopranos family, and Junior
Hmm.
pretty much when Richie leaves, he tells Bobby he can't sell it. He just can't sell it. That's the thing. You may have a point. You maybe I'll entertain it. Maybe I'll think about it, but you just can't sell it. You just can't sell it. You know. So that's going to be the thing.
What
That's
what
going to be the point.
what what kind of topics do you think they'll bring up during the debate between them two?
Gavin was going to focus on the main Democratic points. He's going to focus on abortion. He's going to focus on climate change, and he's going to focus on civil rights. He's going to focus on what moves the needle for Democrats are the big topics. It's the Supreme Court, abortion, affirmative action, immigration, Black Lives Matter. He's going to go into the deep culture war. See, there's the thing. Why do the Democrats win the culture war? Why do they always lean? Why are they always like the betting favorites? Let's put it in that way. The betting favorites for the culture war. Because they say things that sound nice. They say things you want to hear.
Yeah.
They talk
Right.
about the beauty of
Right.
black women, and people say, "Oh yeah, that's great." Republicans don't do that because to us we don't view things in a racial. We don't view the world in a racial prism. We don't view demography. We're not focused on demography as destiny, but they are. So that matters to them.
Yeah. Sadly, a lot of
Ron
people
DeSantis
think
can't
that way. Yeah.
gun control. Ron DeSantis isn't going to be able to make a real passionate defense of the Second Amendment. And all he's going to say is the Second Amendment says. It's like nobody wants to hear that though. Nobody wants to hear that. What did Trump say about abortion that the DeSantis camp and the Mike Pences and the Nikki Haley's don't like about it? What did he say? Yeah, a lot of Americans don't like abortion, but you guys just don't know how to sell pro-life. What
Yeah.
did
He
he say?
just said it. Yeah.
All you guys talk about is the abortion. You talk about how gruesome the abortion is. You talk about the blood. You talk about the fetus. You talk about the baby coming apart. But you don't talk about the beauty of being a mother. You don't talk about the beauty of being a family. You don't sell
Of having
life.
a child. Yeah.
Sell life. Sell it. You know what I'm saying? Give us a message of why pro-life is beautiful. Why is it better than the alternative of telling women, yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want with your body. Fuck responsibility. Fuck the men. They don't have a say in it either. Because that sounds cool. That's cool. When you tell somebody, hey, you don't have to have any worries. You can do whatever the hell you want. If you make a mistake and if you don't want to have this kid, you just come see us. We're going to fix your problems. People love having that. People don't like responsibility. So they're going to be attracted to the person telling them, yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
And so the question is one, can Ron DeSantis make a pitch for life and not resort back to because XYZ policy, because XYZ, because XYZ, something that he has memorized? Can he make a passionate personal defense for life? I don't think so because he hasn't been able to do anything passionate. That's from the heart. That's from what's inside of you. Because we can see what's inside of Trump whenever he speaks, whenever he gives passionate defense. We've seen it. Now, back in 2016, there were passionate defenses of big macro topics, of the nation, of the border, of a national identity. He talked about these things against globalism, he talked about trade, he talked about big beautiful wall, he talked about a people inside of a country. But those topics were different. I mean, he's not talking about the pronouns and the things, because I have a theory about that too, but we can talk about that later. But for the debate, that's the point. Can Ron DeSantis sell? Can he sell Florida? Can he sell red state? Can he sell conservative policy? He can't sell MAGA because he's renounced MAGA. So whenever he talks about
Yeah,
America
he's
first,
rejecting it. Well,
that's the other thing. If I'm Gavin, if I'm on Newsom's team, don't let DeSantis talk about America first because he's just renounced Trump. He's going against Trump. So how are you America first? Attack him. And Gavin doesn't need someone to tell him that. He knows that because he's a smart politician, meaning he's grifty. He's a snake. He's slippery. He won't be caught down in an argument. He can switch topics. He's easy. He knows how to talk. People are gonna. He might use big words. He might say nice things. He might compliment Sean Hannity, and make him blush, and then talk about how great he is in California, even though it's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He can sell. He can talk. People like him. He's handsome. I mean, he charmed Trump. He charmed him. Trump likes him. You
yeah,
hear
he
what
did.
he says?
Yeah,
He's handsome. He's smart.
yeah.
He's beautiful. He likes me. He wrote me letters. He charms people. Ron DeSantis can't do that. Nobody wants to get a letter from Ron DeSantis because they're going to think he's a serial killer.
He'll probably just leave a snot of fingerprint on the paper too as well. There's like a yellow stain on the paper.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's the problem. And so Ron DeSantis, it's like unfortunately, unfortunately, what did I told you this from the beginning. I told you he's gonna be a flop. He's not real. He's not true, and he's bought and paid for. The biggest concern for me, because this ought to be the biggest
Yeah,
concern for any candidate running, and it's really there's only two candidates running in America today who have this concern. It's Ukraine. What are we gonna do with Ukraine? Only two of them are doing that. Two. Trump and RFK Jr. They're the only ones who are saying we're going to end the war in Ukraine. Now, how? They're saying they're going to make an agreement. They're saying, hey, there is a deal in place. The U.S. and the West just don't want to do it because they have ideological reasons for this war versus Russia, which is mainly at the end of the day regime change. They want the Ukrainians to win on behalf of the West, mainly the Americans, to get rid of Putin. That's it, and throw Russia into another hellhole again.
yeah,
That's what they're gonna do. That's what they want. That's not. But Trump and RFK are saying, look, there is needless. Trump. There's also like a different. Trump doesn't really give a shit how the war started. He's saying I want to end it. Who gives a shit how it started? You deal the cards. He'd probably agree if I told him, you deal with the cards you're dealt. You play with the cards you're dealt. You don't bitch and complain.
yeah. You guys,
Should have had.
yeah, you guys
One
started. I'll finish
had.
it. Yeah,
Hell, this is what we got.
right.
We're finishing. That's it. End it. Why do we need more deaths? There's no point to this. He's saying in his head, okay, there's no point to this. RFK is saying, we need to recognize that the U.S. had a hand in this, but we also have to end it. Trump is saying, fuck whoever had a hand in it, end it. That's it. I don't give a shit who started it, who finished it, who's doing it, end it. Because there's no reason for all these people to die. And he has a point. And he has a complete point when he says that. Ron DeSantis, what did he say in the debates?
Mm-hmm.
He said, Europe has to send more money. That's what he said. He didn't answer the question.
Yeah,
He didn't. Vivek said he wouldn't send money. He would let them do it he would let them figure it out on their own. Fight or flight. That's it. That's what he said about Ukraine. They're gonna fight it or they're gonna lose. That's it. It's win or lose for them. We're not helping.
mm-hmm.
Trump is saying, look, I'm gonna end it with a peace. Ceasefire. He's gonna do a ceasefire and I want a peace deal. That's what I want. What has DeSantis said? I haven't heard DeSantis talk about a ceasefire. I haven't heard of him talking about negotiating a ceasefire. I haven't heard anything about negotiating a peace deal. I've only heard Europe needs to send more money. Europe needs to contribute more to this war. That's all I've heard.
Yep, that's bad.
Yeah, so there's multiple things. There's multiple facets to this. And then this latest thing of pretty much saying, look, I regret campaigning for Kerry Lake because I want to be liked by Bill Maher. I mean, bruh, who gives a shit? I mean, and then saying, and then I see the conservatives that are on his side are still like back in 2020 and 2021. They're still stuck there. They're saying he won over the audience on COVID. Bruh, COVID has been dead and gone for like 3 years now. Nobody gives a shit about COVID.
Yeah, it's funny they won't mention anything else.
That's it. That's all they got. That's
like the
all they got.
economy and everything else. It's just COVID. That's all they got.
That's all they got.
Yeah, that's literally all they got.
I have been waiting for an economic plan that isn't the same as the Trump plan in terms of lowering taxes. Because lowering taxes is a part of that. But what else? What's the trade deals? Because the only Republican candidate to mention trade deals is Donald Trump. I watched the 2012 debates in 2012. I watched them. None of those candidates mentioned. None of them mentioned what's that called? Trade deals. None of them. None of them mentioned NAFTA. None of them mentioned the Trans-Pacific Partnership. None of them. So I want to know where DeSantis is. Is DeSantis on that? No. So
I don't know what that means. Has he mentioned his plan with the southern border? Is it just similar with what Trump wants to do?
the Southern what?
Why?
Did you literally just
The
say the
southern
Southern
border.
border? You said the Southern border.
No, I said border.
Yeah, it's literally what he literally says that he's gonna do. What he's gonna finish. He makes it. What he does is that he says that I'm gonna do what Trump didn't do, and he's gonna make a wall. But remember, Ron DeSantis was elected a member of Congress in 2012 when Mitt Romney was on the top of the ticket. That's when that's when Ron DeSantis was first a congressman. 2012. He was elected and he got inaugurated 2013, January 2013. From 2013 to 2017, did Ron DeSantis ever mention a wall before Trump? No. That's the answer. No. Did he ever mention renegotiating NAFTA? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Did he ever say anything about other trade deals with Russia, the United Kingdom, or the EU? No, he hasn't. Has he ever talked about slashing foreign aid to African countries, Asian countries, Europe, South America? No, he never has. Has he ever talked about immigration reform? No. In fact, his senator, the senator from his state, Marco Rubio, was a member of the Gang of Eight. The Gang of Eight was an amnesty bill, which would have granted DACA and a bunch of other undocumented immigrants from all over the place a pathway to citizenship. That's what that was. Where was Ron DeSantis on that? I mean, Ron DeSantis was an obscure, unknown, unimportant, insignificant, generic member of Congress. That's what he was. That's what he was. That's what I'm saying. Do not expect him to be more than what he is.
Right.
This is like a football analogy. Ron DeSantis is literally a quarterback you drafted in the 4th round of the NFL. He was a backup. He was on the practice squad. He was just there in the facilities. Trump, we need someone in Florida for the big game. Trump grabs him, puts him there because he said, "Hey, I can do it, coach." Trump puts him in there. Trump is like Belichick. He has a great defense. He has great coaching staff. Ron DeSantis wins. They win a Super Bowl. There we go. They win a Super Bowl. Now Ron DeSantis is not he's not on the MAGA team anymore. Now he's on another team. But he's still that 4th round draft pick. There's a reason why he's a 4th round quarterback. Because if he was a first rounder, we would have known about him beforehand. You notice Byron Donalds is an elected member of Congress, and he is a pretty much a nationally known figure. Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz, Neil Dunn,
Right.
Volker, all these Nancy Mace. These are people that are nationally known. There are reasons why they say things. They're out there. They do things. Ron DeSantis was never known like that. It was Chaffetz. It was the guy who works for Fox now. The other guy he has that show about the law. He's like a congressman. Trey Gowdy. They were the stars in the GOP back then. Not Ron DeSantis. I don't know. I never saw Ron. I never even heard of him until 2018. Why? Because he was that 4th round, 5th round quarterback who was put in the big game, but he was on an amazing team, so the team elevated him. Now he's not on the team anymore. So now what happens? He goes back to who he is. A 4th, 5th round quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not what you think he is. He's not extraordinary. He was just on a great team that made him look amazing. And what's the evidence? Look at his campaign. He can't find a great campaign. He talked all about, oh, we're the best campaign. We do things right. We're efficient. We don't make mistakes. Literally, the day he announces, nobody can even watch it because Twitter crashed. I mean, like, where are you trying? Come on now. Come on. No. And look, and
Yeah,
so
that was like the new way of trying to announce um your slot. Just go into Twitter and just announce it, but then end up crashing.
and then it literally
Like
was
it's so
crashing.
weird.
Yeah. And look, I have
Yeah,
criticisms of Trump. The debate that happened this week was a shit show, a complete
I
shit.
heard. Yeah,
I didn't even watch it, but I see the thing. It's like Nikki Haley was Karen. Chris Christie doesn't know how to things that have done. I'll tell you this: if Chris Christie hadn't said the Donald Duck line, that would have been more effective. It would have been because it
yeah.
came off as
I don't know why he thought that was a good insult.
me neither, me neither. And so
Conservatives, you know how they
he's not
are.
even a conservative. He's just a fat dude.
He's just a fat
He's
dude.
just literally just a fat dude. He's just confused. He's just jealous. That's really him. He's just jealous. I mean,
Why the
Dougie.
fuck
I
is he on
mean,
that debate, man?
again, Dougie B.
No,
Great
nobody
points on
knows who
energy.
he is.
Yeah, but exactly, nobody knows who Dougie B is, and Dougie B had some great points on energy. He would be a great energy secretary or transportation secretary. He would be excellent. But, buddy, you're not going to be president. And maybe
What do you call him? What do you call him? Dougie B,
yeah,
Dougie
Dougie
D,
B. Yeah, Dougie B.
Dougie B.
Yeah, Dougie B. Doug Burnham. Doug
He
Burnham. Burnham.
sounds like a rapper.
Dougie B. Yeah. I mean, he's nice. I mean, I like the fact that he goes on media outlets, he goes on podcasts and stuff, and he's like, he goes out there, more than Ron DeSantis. But, you know,
Yeah,
uh,
he's trying.
yeah, he tries, but I just don't think people know him. And then Tim Scott, there's no reason Tim Scott is there. Tim Scott should just leave. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
way either either.
yeah. And then he got into it with like Nikki Haley about her record in South Carolina. Neither of them should. There's really no point. Um,
Yeah, I didn't see the debate. I wasn't really feeling it, but I just saw
Nobody
some
was.
clips. Yeah, I saw a clip where what's her name?
She attacked
She was
Vivek.
asking. No, I don't know her name, but she was like, it wasn't a question, but they were trying
Oh,
to
Dana
set up a
Perino.
game. Yeah, they were trying to set up a game for them. And then Ron, no, like this is childish. Like honestly,
It is, yeah. Like that's the
I was
only
like, yeah,
like
it is childish. Yeah,
yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, and I like Dana Perino, but like that question was so stupid. Like, you know, if you have to pick one of you to like kick off the island, who would it be? That no one's gonna say that. I mean, Trump would probably say Trump deep down would probably think all of them, but he wouldn't say it.
he probably
He'd probably
I can
say
see Donald
that's
Trump attacking
ridiculous.
Chris Christie.
Yeah, I mean, remember? I don't know if you remember, but I remember watching back in 2016 where he's like Rand Paul should even be up, should he be even be on the stage? She shouldn't be here.
Right,
He's not even
right.
supposed to be on here. That was hilarious. That's like OG 2012. I mean, and I get it. People want to see that again, but there's no point. I mean, there's no point. It's not to say that he doesn't need to campaign. He doesn't need to be voted in the primaries. We're gonna have the primaries because no one's gonna drop out until New Hampshire or South Carolina. Nobody. But that's like 3 months away.
Hmm.
That's in February. That's in February and
Right.
so
Yeah.
nobody's gonna be, that's when it really starts. When does Ron DeSantis drop out the campaign? When he doesn't win, when he loses all three. That's when he has to start thinking, okay, I need to drop out. Because by that time, the money will be dry. That's what starts first. One, he needs to lose, and then two, the money's dry. Now Vivek, I don't know. Vivek might lose all three, and he's gonna lose on Super Tuesday because Trump by then is just going to roll through everybody.
So you think that by the end it's gonna be Trump versus Vivek?
I think it'll be Trump and maybe Vivek stays along just because. He'll be like John Kasich in 2016. He's just there. He's here to party, He's just there. He needs something to
Just to
do.
put his
He
name
needs
out.
something to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Trump's going to be like, you know what? Fine. Because in 2016, when Kasich was still campaigning, Trump didn't really give a shit. He never even talked about him. He just said, why is he angry? He used to be nice. And he did used to be nice. And in fact, he was so nice. I even considered voting for him if Trump didn't win, because I thought he was a really good candidate and he had nice policy suggestions, very similar to Trump, but just not in that tone. But
Why was he angry?
well, he just he wasn't really getting his poll numbers, so he thought if he started attacking, he could be popular.
Ah,
You know what I mean? That type
typical
of strategy.
typical UFC shit. Yeah.
It's like if yeah, he saw that Trump versus Cruz and Rubio was working, he thought, let me join in. But at that point, by the time he joined, it was too late.
Hmm.
And so and and I get it. People think he should be debating. I don't think he needs to debate. I mean, everybody is agreeing all the
He
time.
doesn't need to. No,
Who
he
won the
doesn't need
debate?
to.
Who won the debate in the first one? Trump won it. The second one, everybody said Trump won it again. You know, nobody. And in the second one, everybody said it was a shit show. So the debate's in Miami. This next one, it's in Miami. Nobody's gonna give a shit.
Do you think he should come?
He's not gonna go. He's not going, and he shouldn't go.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he shouldn't go. I mean, there's no point. Nobody's talking. Nobody's watching it. Nobody cares. Nobody's. I mean, Bill Maher said it the truth to the DeSantis. What did he say? He said, if you were winning and if you were in the lead, you wouldn't be on the show. That's true.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the absolute truth. If Ron DeSantis was leading in the campaign, he would not be on the show because he doesn't feel like he would need to be.
Yeah. Ron thinks that the fans are disappointed in Trump not coming to the debate, and we're like, no, that's not true. I think
Everybody's
it's
saying,
good that he didn't show up because there's no point. Yeah, there's no point in going. But he thinks that the fans are disappointed. It's like, no, we're not disappointed. I don't have a problem with Trump showing up at all. He's still winning regardless.
yeah,
The more he doesn't even come, or the more indictments that he gets, his polls go up. That's how he's winning. He's not
exactly.
winning by just showing up there. He just wins by
Now
tackling.
I have advice for the Trump campaign if they're not watching this, and they probably never will. But I would have advice because I think there are problems that I did not like that campaign event he did instead of the debate. He went to his campaign made a mistake. He said he was going to speak to the union workers, but he didn't speak to any union workers. He was at a non-union
Oh,
auto.
really?
He was at a non-union auto shop, manufacturing plant that isn't unionized. He wasn't speaking to anybody in the crowd who was part of the UAW or who was unionized. He was speaking to literally just fans. But they marketed it as if he was speaking to UAW people, and there were people in the crowd who weren't in the union who had signs saying UAW for Trump. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No one in this crowd is a UAW
Yeah, that's
worker.
not. Yeah,
And
yeah, that's not
the
good.
national media and the conservative media isn't talking about this, but guess who's talking about this? Michigan. Michigan is talking about this. Wisconsin is talking about this because this was a big event for them. And my point is, look, you don't have to go to the UAW. You don't need to do that. You might not have to. They don't want you. You have to point out why you're not going, and it's because the union leader has made it political by saying he only wants Biden. He's not inviting me. He's making it political. Use that point. But also, what I want Trump to do, rallies, rallies. I don't want special events on rallies. You know what? If there's a, you know what he has to do? You know what I would do if I were him?
Hmm.
If I was advising him? You know what? Instead of don't go to the debate, do a huge rally in Miami. Do a huge ass rally in Miami or in Jacksonville or go somewhere that's, deep red. Go to Oklahoma, go to Texas and make a big ass rally. Bring on, the governor, bring on Ken Paxton, bring people from the movement, bring Ted Cruz, bring, a bunch of Republicans from Texas that love you, the congressmen and stuff like that. Or go to like North Florida, Jacksonville or Tampa, make a huge ass rally on the day of the debate and tell CNN, hey, CNN, come in and program this. Come and watch it. Tell NBC, hey, come and film it. Invite them. Don't pay them, but just invite them. And watch. Just, make something that feels like 2016 again, 2020, to make it sure, to make it absolute that I don't give a shit how many of you are on that debate stage. I don't care if it's Fox or whoever the hell is sponsoring the debate. I'm the king here. Look at all this crowd. Look at this crowd. Look at the message. Talk about the issues. Talk about what you've been talking about. That's what I would recommend. Do the rallies. Huge,
Maybe
huge
maybe he's
rally.
setting it for next year.
I just don't think I think he is, because he keeps talking. He's been mentioning, he's using a new word I hadn't heard him talk about in regards to Biden and like Newsom, is that, they're not at the starting point yet. And he is right. But I think he does need to send a message by doing huge rallies every time there's a debate, or, once in a while, every month. Do a huge and I know he's doing it because he's going to North Carolina, he goes to South Dakota, he goes to he goes to New Hampshire, he goes to Iowa. He's doing it, but I want huge, huge rallies on these days. So the day of the debate, if it's a Wednesday, I want a huge rally. And if it's in Miami, do a huge rally in Miami. Get all the Cubans going. Invite all the Cuban influencers that are pro-Trump in Miami. Get them all in a huge
Mhm.
gymnasium, in a huge stadium. Get them in there. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Make a show.
Mhm.
Do the show, because what is he Trump best at? Selling. And what does he sell good? Shows. He can entertainment. That's what I want. We need that. That's my advice, because people are going to are going to focus on the mistakes like this. This was a mistake. People might focus on the fact that he wasn't decisive in the interview with Megyn Kelly on the pronouns and on the transgenders and that bullshit. And maybe the NBC interview and maybe the indictments. People are focusing on those things. Bring something big, a show, a big spectacle, something big. Talk about the issues. Make fun of Biden. Make fun of DeSantis. Talk your shit. Fuck it. Talk shit. That's what I mean. That's what he does. Yeah, like, talk about the fact that you said, hey, why don't we nuke that hurricane? Throw toilet paper at them again. Throw the paper towels at them. Do
Oh yeah, I
something.
remember that one.
Do something. Do something. But make a show.
We
Make
just
a
nuked the
show.
hurricane.
Make a show that rivals the debate, because it will. Because it definitely will, and it will. That's what he should do, because I don't think a Tucker interview will do it again. I don't think that's going to do the trick. I don't think a rally in those like those fake little mini rallies do the trick. I don't think that the Megyn Kelly is going to do the trick. I don't. There's no more. There aren't a lot of independent journalists for you to go to, unless you're going to do an interview with CBS. If he's telling me, look, I'm going on CBS to do an interview to a wider audience, okay, my guess. Because guess what? People watch CBS that aren't MAGA. He needs to talk to them so that they can hear him, not the words of the people there, his words, because that matters too, which Ron DeSantis doesn't do, which a lot of the other candidates don't do, except for RFK and Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom goes to Fox because he's not afraid of a fight and he knows what he has
Yeah,
to
he
do.
does. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
What did Trump do? Trump went to NBC. He went to CNN. He went to MSNBC. He doesn't care either. He's saying, what are you going to tell me? I was the president. The hell are you going to tell me? So that's my thing. I want huge rallies. I want big, huge, stylish, energetic, positive rallies like 2016, 2020, because people are, I think some people are saying, where is that energy? Some people are still saying, where's that energy? Where is it? It's there, but they're not showing it because probably maybe your point, they're saying it's kind of too early. Maybe it's too early. But
Yeah.
I really think if you can find a way to end this primary challenge right away, I think you should take advantage of it. If you can clean the slate before the big primaries, it's over. I think it works. Because I don't
Yeah,
think
I guess there's nothing wrong with trying it. Yeah.
no, but he should be doing it because I don't think there is nothing else he's going to do for the debates. There's going to be more debates.
Yeah. Right.
That's the thing. There's going to be more debates until Iowa comes. So he needs to. I need to. I don't think there's a plan outside of interviews, and I don't think there's any other interview you can do unless he's going to do town halls. If he tells me, "Yeah, I'm going to do a CNN town hall in the next debate," okay, bingo. But I don't know what he's going to do. If he tells me he's going to have a rally in Miami, bingo, do that. But if he tells me he's going to go to a cupcake shop or McDonald's in Iowa, I mean, I don't think I like it, but that's not what it is. I don't need that. That's not going to do it.
You know.
You can do that
Yeah.
anytime, but you can't do a big rally in Miami to rival the debate. I would do that. And by the way,
Right.
renting the gymnasium is going to cost them what, 20 grand? Probably less. What's 20 grand?
Damn,
30
20
grand.
grand.
What's
I mean, 20
what's
grand for
20,
him is
30
like a
grand
dollar,
for a
but
rally that he's going to fundraise? That's nothing. That's nothing.
yeah, it's nothing for him. Yeah.
That's nothing for a campaign. If campaigns are dropping $1 million on ad campaigns, which by the way don't work, and Trump is saying, yeah, I'm the ad. A rally's not going to bother you if you know you have the TV coverage.
Yeah. Right.
That's literally my
Yeah,
advice.
let's see how it goes. I mean, you still have some time, so yeah, I think he's just probably saving it for
Yeah,
later on.
I just worry. My big worry is who's around him, who's talking to him around him. That's what I worry about. I mean, I know I have a pulse on things. I think I have a pulse on politics because I saw the Ron DeSantis thing coming from a mile away. I think he does. I think he and I have the same political instinct. I think Trump and I have the same kind of the same political instinct. No, I can't sell it. That's the difference. And I'm a nobody, and I'm not a billionaire. Those are the biggest differences. But I think I would be a great advisor to him. Hire me.
You're just looking for another job.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But no, but seriously, I do worry. I really do worry about the people that are around them because 2020 was lost because the people around them thought they were bigger than who they really were. Thought were not self-conscious. They weren't real. They weren't honest with themselves, and they failed. They really failed. That's why I
Yeah,
think he does.
right.
That's why I worry. I worry who's around them because 2016 the perfect crew was around them. 2020 not so much. And people talk about that a lot. The 2020 crew failed. And they did. And unfortunately, I think people from that crew are still around, which worries me. That does worry me. But again, you may be right. It may be early. That may be early. But that's why he should take advantage and hire me. Because if Gavin Newsom comes around and says, "Hey, buddy, I'm going to hire you because I want to take out Ron DeSantis," I'm going to take the job.
I think I lost you.
All right. So what else is the what's up? What else is up for today? Oh yeah. All these all the people crossing in. It's the Democrats no longer like illegal immigrants.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, retard.
Can you hear me?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. We're good.
I'm just losing connection.
Hmm.
What were you saying?
Now, I was saying that the Democrats are now they don't like immigrants anymore. They don't like the illegal immigrants anymore. They don't want them in there. They don't like the fact that there's
Oh yeah, yeah,
people coming in.
yeah. No, they hate them, and I think it's pretty racist for them to say that.
It
It
is
really
very racist because
is.
these are just a bunch of Muslims and Guatemalans, and they're just innocent and black and Hispanic and Arab and Asian, and they don't like that. And they don't like Indians.
Yeah, yeah. My people are coming too, and I really hate that. Like, they need to open their arms. Hispanics, the Indians, the blacks, the Africans, where the fuck they're coming from. Open them with arms and let them know that we're here for you.
We're here for you.
Come in.
Here,
We will help you find jobs. Fuck the other Americans. We don't need them. Yeah.
they really speak like that, and
No, but
I'm really like
it's really sad now.
it is because you saw the videos of them like literally kicking out like veterans out of their government assistance homes to
Yeah,
house
that
these
it's
illegal
really
families.
sad. Yeah.
I mean, people need to focus on that, and if people need to talk about that, look at what they did. Look at what they're doing. They don't care. That needs to be a message. So a lot of things. And now they're like, oh yeah, we just can't handle more people. But you don't say that when they go to the Texas, because Texas, by the way, has been dealing with this for 20 years, 25 years.
Yep.
It wasn't
Yep.
a problem when it was just Texas because, oh, that's Texas. They're the Republicans. They're racist. But when it's New York, it's we can't handle more of them. They need to go somewhere else. When it's Martha's Vineyard, what do they say? We can't have them here. It's not
We don't have any more rooms in our house.
space though.
Our 10 rooms in the house. Like we have no
We
space.
have no space. Don't you see that all these billionaires and Barack Obama has three houses here, but there's no space. There's just
They
no.
can't be in our swimming pools because they're very dirty. Yeah, I was looking at the stats. I think since 2022 of April, there was like over 100,000 immigrants going to New York.
To New
That's a
York
lot of them.
specifically.
Yeah. Like mainly like Long Island and other
Right.
parts of New York.
Yeah, because we've had about
Yeah.
I think since like I think in like maybe like a 2 year period, I think we have about like 3 million undocumented immigrants coming into the country.
Yeah.
And although
Yeah, 3
people
million
are
rapists.
some people are saying that it might be 9 million people. I don't know.
Uh,
No, I'm hearing
I
like
mean,
three
I
million,
mean,
which is
yeah.
by the way a lot.
I mean, it's still a lot.
It's a lot.
But yeah, I mean, the numbers aren't accurate, but it's it's
I
it's
think 2 million
positive.
is probably the most accurate number. I've seen that in most places. In fact, the government says it's about 1 or 2 million people. So, and they hide that information. But remember, I mean, under Obama, under Trump, it always used to be in 100, 200, 300,000 people every two years, not a million people in a year, which is literally, or I think like 2 million in a year under Biden. That's insane. That's completely insane.
And you probably noticed the amount of domestic violence calls they had coming from the migrants as well. Like all you see is this articles, a bunch of like
That
illegal immigrant like slapping their wife in front of the kids. Like,
rape,
bro, what the
raping
fuck?
people, the drugs, the dirtiness, the sexual
God.
assault and rape. The looting, the stealing from stores, from people. I mean, you saw the stories of the hotel when the government paid for them to be in the hotel, and what happened was
Oh
because
my
of
God.
security.
The amount of money, it's really crazy. And then they had to take away the overtimes and the benefits from government workers.
And they were
It's really
literally
insane.
staying in five-star hotels, and then they didn't like it when they moved them. They didn't know how to kick them out without making it look like it was a military scene, which, by the way, Democrats have no issue doing. If you really know their history, they don't
Mhm.
care. Um,
Right.
so it's like I think people are waking up. I think people in those communities, I think it backfires a lot in terms of the people because I think they know what's happening. They know that it's undocumented. And I think they don't know. I mean, for a long time, the main group for undocumented immigration was Hispanics. Now it's not. Now it's literally a mix. Now it's Asians. Now it's Africans,
Yeah, it is a mix. Yeah.
Haitians,
Yep.
Nigerians, people from Azerbaijan, from Turkmenistan, from Kazakhstan, from remote places of Russia, Siberia, Mongolia, Pakistan, Iraq, even Iran. I mean, it's all over the Middle East, Yemen, Oman, South Sudan, Nigeria, Ethiopia. I mean, these are people from everywhere in the world that are just flowing through this place. Flowing. They're not even, it's not even like they're flowing through the southern border, through the entire thing, because the government doesn't care. They're done. They don't let I mean, you hear the stories of when RFK went down there. Elon Musk was apparently down there, and then for some reason,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah, it
I
was
have
there.
never I have never seen someone who is apparently deemed the smartest person on the planet say some of the most politically stupid things I've ever heard in my life. I just can't imagine it. First of all, this is the guy who lied twice about voting for Donald Trump. He said he voted for Trump twice. That was bullshit. That was a lie. He voted for Hillary and then he voted for
Hmm.
Biden. He voted for Biden.
Hmm.
We all know that. And now he's the reason he gave money to Ron DeSantis and got special privileges from Ron DeSantis, by the way. That's that relationship too. Great political eye. And then he goes to the border, and you know what his conclusion is, right? He has two conclusions. The first one is right. He says, "Why does it seem like the American politicians only care about the border in Ukraine, but not the one on the southern border?" That's okay, fine.
Oh yeah, I did saw that. Yeah.
Great point. But then he has an essay literally afterwards, which isn't I don't he probably deleted it. He literally goes on and talks about why we need more legal immigration. What we don't need is illegal immigration because we need the workers. First of all, why don't we have the workers here? Why don't we have trained
Wait,
workers?
he said that?
He said that. He said that. He tweeted it. He had a thing talking about how we need more legal immigration, which was the dumbest conclusion. How do you go to the border and still think that? What makes what difference does it make if those people are legal, other than the border is going
Damn,
to be?
this guy
I mean,
pulled
what
the
difference does
AOC.
it
What the
make?
fuck?
It's still that there's
Yeah.
too many people. We don't need more people. That should be the point of everybody in the Republican Party saying we do not need more people. We have problems, and outline the problems and outline why you think you can solve the problem. Not, oh, we do need more legal immigration. What? That's not. How do you do that? What goes through his mind? Literally. This is, by the way, also coming from the guy who said we don't need seatbelts because of science. That bullshit argument again. He said that once. And yet he's still,
Hey, it's gravity,
and
man.
people think everything he says is smart. Oh, he's a genius. He's never wrong. He's always smart. No, he has done. I don't want to hear the word smart in terms of politics ever again. This man voted for Biden and doesn't seem to want to apologize for it. Instead of saying, yeah, I was wrong, you know what he said? I just want normal. Normal. We don't have time for normal.
There's no such thing as normal anymore.
It doesn't, I don't want normal. I want Trump. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's now it's getting backfired with New York and Chicago. They're over here bragging about how it's a sanctuary city now. Now they don't want them anymore. Get them out of there. They're taking our homes. They're taking our jobs. We don't want them here.
Right.
Well, you guys asked for it. Well, that's one thing is like I feel really bad because like I was born in New York, not in Manhattan, but I was born in Bronx. Like I've been to Manhattan many times with my family, and around that time, Manhattan was so nice, man. It really is. But then when I go to Manhattan now, it's like, the fuck is this? I don't even notice it anymore.
Well, it's not even just
Like it's so
Manhattan. It's all
different.
of New York. It's Queens. It's Brooklyn. That's just
Right.
dangerous, expensive. There's too many people. It's everywhere. It's really everywhere. It's not just it's Manhattan is where everybody goes, but it's literally all the boroughs are in shit condition.
Right. Yeah. But me and my family, we used to go to Manhattan a lot, and it really sucks how it's going down like that. But then there's half of me saying, well, this is what you guys get. This is
Exactly.
what you guys asked
Well, they
for.
do. I mean,
Now it's backfired.
exactly. This is what you wanted because you literally voted for these open borders. You vote for more people coming in illegally because you don't care how they come in. They don't care. They just want them in. And they know it's easier to
Yeah,
get
they
in
don't
illegally.
care.
They encourage it. They don't say it, but they encourage it. And that's why they're slippery about it. That's why they're slippery.
Yeah, like they just want to be, this kind of nice, kind
They want
people
to be
that we
liked.
let everyone and helping others. But it's like, all right, how about this? Have one of those family live in your homes.
They
Oh
don't
no, no,
want it.
I can't do that. I have
No,
no
they don't.
space. Yeah,
But they'll have
I
the
have kids.
Ukrainian.
Like we can't. Well, if we can do that with homes, can we do that with our borders? Why can't we do that with our country? If we
Exactly.
don't have a border, we don't have a country.
Exactly. Well, no, they're
No,
going to house a Ukrainian family because that's what they do. They house a Ukrainian family. I mean, now, okay, this is
right.
me. Now, I'll marry a Ukrainian woman. I'll help out. I'm helping. I volunteer that. I'll volunteer to marry a Ukrainian woman. The nice ones,
You're
I'll
a traitor. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
no, but
Shut the fuck up.
no, but you're exactly right. They do ask for this. That's really the point. Is that they vote for this. They literally vote for this. Their entire I mean, you look at New York. Where's one Republican in New York City who's not from the Long Island, by the way? In New York City. Where's one? I need one. You don't. You don't have
No.
you have that dude. You had that dude who got caught pulling down the fire alarm. Bowman, Jamal Bowman.
Oh yeah, Jamal,
See
yeah.
that? Exactly.
I
To
heard
make
about it
sure,
today, yeah.
yeah, to make sure they voted on the spending bill. Literally to accelerate a spending bill. So it's like literally
Now,
that.
if you're in Trump's shoes and he wins 2024, how are you gonna get these people out of this country? Because that's a tough issue. That's a tough to deal with. You don't want to create
So
massive
all
chaos.
those people that come in, they come in as asylum. What you do, what you do there, I don't have the laws because there's too many laws protecting them and protecting, that you have to make sure, first of all, you have to let ICE do their job. ICE has to do their job again.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the ones that have criminal tags on them, immediately out. That's easy. He did that once. He can do it again. And
Right.
he's gonna have to tell these countries in Latin America, hey, buddy, you guys need to, you guys are gonna take these people back. These are your people. They're not allowed to be here. They're not supposed to be here. Keep them. Take them back. They're yours. Or just kick them out and say, look, find your
What
way
if
out. Party's
what if
over.
what if they're not gonna take them back?
Oh no, they're gonna take them back. They're gonna. They're just gonna because he's gonna tell them that they're going to.
I can imagine Trump saying, "Yo, if you guys not gonna take them back, I'm gonna bomb the Capitol."
No, but it's also the money. I mean, why would Guatemala not take their immigrants back if he's gonna tell them, look, I'm gonna I'm going to tax. I'm not only am I going to put tariffs on your country, but I'm going to tax um every single dollar that your citizens send to that country.
Yeah, that's also a good idea. Yeah.
He said that to the Mexicans, by the way. And what did the Mexicans do? The Mexicans started renegotiating NAFTA, and they did the stay in Mexico policy when he said that because he said it.
I mean, oh yeah, I mean, he does have experience. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, I think he also said that he's gonna do mass deportation. Like he's gonna be like insanely serious about it, which he should, you know. But no, it really sucks how the country, well, that
Yeah,
city and the state
because
falling down like that.
and every single country, one of those countries will have to, and then that's what he has to do. He has to keep funding the wall, and then do what he did it back in 2018. It's literally the same thing, and then kick all these people out. All those people that are in those government assisted programs, you go in and you get them out. You just tell them, we're gonna fly you back. I don't care if we have to pay for the flights back home. We're going back home. No more asylum.
Oh, you know who else is making it worse? Some of the border patrols. They're actually letting them out,
Well,
like
it's because
letting
they're
them
not. It's
in the country.
because they're not allowed to do anything. That's the problem. Every single you remember RFK went down there and he had the best. I think he had the best one. The government is not letting them do anything. The government, in fact, is making them let these people in. They can't stop any of
Oh
the drug trade. I
man,
mean, that's how sinister it is. The federal government, which
it
oversees the
is.
border, is letting them do is making border patrol put its hands behind its back and watch. They just watch and sit. They watch instead. I remember one of the episodes ago, I told the story about that RFK told about was is the rape tree. The rape tree, and
Oh yeah,
you
right,
went
yeah.
crazy about the name, and you were like laughing because it's such a crazy name, but it's literally the name because these guys sit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, these guys sit there. I mean, imagine you're a border patrol officer and you're sitting there and you're not allowed to do anything about it. There's a tree on your border where the cartels receive payment from these women by rape. They rape these women. They rape them, and that's a form of payment. And these guys
Yeah.
can't do anything about it because if they do, they'll get in trouble. They'll get fired, they'll get suspended, they'll get fined, they may go to jail for insubordination. They're not allowed to do anything about it because the federal government, has prohibited it. They're not allowed. And nobody in the media wants to talk about this. And if you do mention it to people, they're going to say, what the hell are you talking about? The rape tree? That's insane. That's a disgusting thing to say. The rape tree. No feminist wants to talk about that because feminists only care about Starbucks, iPhones, and sex. That's all they care about. None of the civil rights
Mhm.
groups want to talk about this because they only care about black people. And nobody black is crossing through the border and getting raped. No Democrat wants to talk about this because they believe in open borders, and if you mention it, that means you're racist. Nobody in the media wants to talk about it because it's too risque to talk about. And again, they're all they're all part of the establishment. So why would they talk about it? Nobody wants to talk about
Yeah.
it. So you have to depend on
Right.
people like RFK, who's going to go down there with a crew for his campaign, and and then So who, by the way, RFK is going to be an independent now. He's run apparently October 9th,
Really?
and he's going to be in Philadelphia, your favorite city, in October 9th. And he's going
Why
to
is
run
that my favorite city?
because it matters to you. It's the city of love for you.
You're an idiot.
Now, but he's going to be there, and apparently rumor is he's going to announce he's running as an independent. Third ticket, which means
But
if
does
he
it
poll over 15%, he'll be on a debate stage with Trump and Biden.
really?
Yeah, I think if he polls over
Oh wow.
15%,
Now,
he would be allowed. This is the thing. I don't know who that hurts. I think it hurts both of them. And that's why I don't really like it anymore. I liked it when he was primarying Biden. Now I don't like it the fact that he is. The other name to look out
so
for,
you think it hurts both Biden and Trump?
I do because RFK has a mix of both MAGA and he has a mix of progressive left policy in terms of the fact that he's pro-abortion, he's pro-choice, he's pro-climate change, he's pro-affirmative action, he's pro, he's anti-war, he's pro-union, he's anti-corporation, and then on the other side he's
So he's a mix of
anti-establishment.
everything.
So he's a mix of both sides. He's a mix of what both sides
Yeah.
like. And that's the thing I've been trying to tell conservatives online is that don't fall for it because he doesn't like Biden, and yes he doesn't like the war in Ukraine. He doesn't like the funding the war, but what's the point? You're going to elect him, so then what? He's going to codify Roe v. Wade when he has a
Mhm,
Democratic majority, because he is going to do that, by the way. I get it. You don't like the vaccine either, but the
mhm.
vaccine can't be your economic policy. Your vaccine cannot be bigger than your economic policy. When he talks about,
On top of like your
like the
taxes
fact.
gonna be high
I
too.
mean, I like the fact that he wants to help out, people buying homes. But when he says that my first people are gonna be the teachers because the teachers have been most affected, he loses me. The teachers are not the most harmed community in this country. The teachers, by the way, in this country are not well paid, but they're fairly paid because they're paid more than the average wage in the average salary in this country. They make more than that, and also they have some of the best uh, benefits packages of any other union group in the country. They just do, especially New Jersey. So if you're telling me that New Jersey teachers are going to get preference when New Jersey teachers make more than the national average of salary, that's a problem to me. You lose me. You've lost me. I get it. You don't like
Yeah,
BlackRock.
I mean, with me, man, what the fuck?
Exactly. You don't like BlackRock. I don't like them either, but that doesn't mean I want to give teachers more money to buy homes. I don't I don't like that. That's when he loses.
All right.
That's when he loses me. I mean, I get it. Um, so I think it's a bad thing. I mean, I would have liked him to keep on challenging Biden, I guess. I mean, we'll see. But apparently it's set in stone. Apparently on October 9th in Philadelphia, he's gonna say, "Hey, I'm running as an independent." I guess
When was the last
look out
time
for
we had a
the name to look out
go
for
ahead?
for the Green Party. You know the Green Party, right? They're gonna nominate.
Yeah,
They have Cornel West. Cornel West is probably gonna be the nominee, and Cornel West is gonna
I've heard of him
steal
before.
Corn Cornel West is going to steal black votes, and he's also going to steal Bernie votes from Biden. He is. He just is, and they're concerned because they're talking about it. The Bidens are talking about it, and they're attacking him already. So that's another. That's
Damn,
another.
this is a interesting. This is an interesting election coming up.
It's gonna be exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting election. So we're in
When
store for
was
some stuff.
question? When was the last time we had an independent running for
Oh,
like
Ross
ran for
Perot.
president?
Ross Perot. 92.
When was this?
92.
92. Okay.
When Bill Bush lost to Clinton.
Mm. But normally it doesn't even work. I mean, like, what's the chances of winning if you're independent? That's the thing. Normally people like to vote either Democrat or Republic. Like, what are the chances of you being independent and actually winning the presidential seat? You know, hey, pussy,
What?
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I'm looking at some news here because I'm trying to see an update to see if about this RFK thing because there might be more. So no, but
Wait, when is he doing the announcement?
I was trying to get the date right, but yeah, October 9th. So I was right when I said October 9th. And so yeah, everybody's saying that yeah, he's gonna be an independent. So
All right, we all should go there. All right,
what day is that? I mean, you have to pay to get in,
that's
so I don't
that's
know.
that's on Monday, I think.
That's Columbus Day. Let me see Columbus Day. Let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what I mean. How much
aren't you
is
off?
no? But I
I don't
mean,
know, but aren't you off on Columbus Day?
no, no. But I'll be off if it's for this. I mean, if I'm paying to get into this event, then yeah. What was your
I
question?
never been to like an actual like.
What was your
Oh,
question?
like what are the chances of you? What are the chances of you being independent and actually winning the presidential seat?
None.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like, yeah, RFK is a tough guy to handle, but you can't really expect him to win.
Yeah, and this is like 100 years ago, but not even Teddy Roosevelt, who was president and ran as an independent, won. He didn't. He lost. So um, that's gonna be a thing for him. How
Yeah, it's just
was this is even if you get 7% of the national vote, you're gonna get. I don't know exactly how much you're gonna get. I really don't know. Um, I really don't know what he's gonna get. That's the thing. I don't know because
mm,
um, his events have been mostly Democrats. His events have been mostly Democrats. His online presence is mostly conservatives, though, because conservatives are usually online in the places he goes. He's been going to he's been on a lot of comedians too. He was with Tim Dillon. He was with Theo Vaughn again. He was with Bobby Lee. So that's going to be a thing. I'm looking it up right here to see because um people are saying donate, blah blah blah, contact us, press.
I mean, if the tickets are expensive, I'm not gonna go.
You saw that? Where do you see the tickets? Oh,
No, I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, if it's expensive, I'm not go. No, I rather go to a Trump rally.
I can't even find the what. I can't even find the tickets for.
Yo, we need to find out when's the next Trump rally around Jersey or near Jersey, actually.
Yeah. I don't know.
'Cause I really want to go.
He's probably gonna go to Wildwood again because that's usually where most of the MAGA people are in this state, Wildwood. Unless he comes to like my area where I am. Where I am is pretty popular. So where the fuck is he?
No, screw that. He can come to Plainfield.
Oh my God, no! Imagine
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to try and get their votes,
he's not
sure,
gonna
why
get
not?
votes. He's not.
You never know.
I do know, and
You'd be
he
surprised. Some of these people are actually rather get Trump.
ask yourself again. When the day comes for them to vote on November 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever the fuck the day is, are they really going to go? No, they're not. You know exactly they're not going. I have to go to his Instagram. His IG
Yeah,
probably.
they'll
I'm trying to see.
probably do mail-in ballots.
I'm trying to see the price for this damn thing.
All right, next time he pulls up on Wildwood, we should go.
I'm down.
How much are his tickets, anyways?
They're not expensive. The thing is that they get sold out like real quick.
Yeah, that is a problem. Like you gotta be super quick with it. get his tickets and then just hope that you actually get it.
I can't even find where his thing is.
You know
RFK.
what? We should also go to Ron DeSantis rally too. No,
I'm trying.
actually,
Stop it.
actually, no. Wait, let's go to a Biden rally. Come on, let's go. I want to hear him speak in person.
You want him to sniff your hair. That's what you want. You want him to sniff you.
Maybe, maybe. I want to go to a Biden rally. I want to go to Ron DeSantis rally. I want to go to the Chris Christie rally. The only place he's going to hold his rally at Fuddruckers in Parsippany. He needs some burgers.
He probably can't even make his own burger, bro. What's
He's built
going
like a
on?
burger.
How? What?
Yo, how far are we in the recording?
We're like an hour and 20 minutes. So we're an hour 15. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up here. Guys,
No.
thanks for watching. Again, like, subscribe. If you're from here, from our Twitter, thank you. Tell your friends, retweet our stuff. Show some love. If you don't want to, you don't have to check out our content on Patreon, but if you subscribe, it's just $5 a month. You can just give us like $5 that month and just, then not renew the subscription. That will mean a lot to us. That supports us a long way. Really grateful if you do that. And, in all of our audio only listeners everywhere out there, you guys are loyal. You guys watch us every week religiously. Every time we post something, I see you guys. Love you guys out there on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Apple Podcast, all that stuff. We love you. Appreciate you guys. Patreon.com, link is down below. That's patreon.com/4, the number 4, the Republic. And when is your gaming channel going to be back up? You think like a month?
It's probably like end of October, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe end of October if you're seeing us there. Check his stuff
Most likely
out.
November.
We'll be putting stuff out when that's back up, just to plug his thing again. But in the meantime, thank you. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, put that notification button so you can keep up with all of our latest content. And until next time, this was again For the Republic.